In London press conference on March 4, 2023, Rahul Gandhi says that democracy in India is dead. He wonders why USA and Europe are not taking any action. What action does he want them to take? Let's explore what he says and means.
And the way things are changing. What you said that opposition parties are in touch, they're talking to each other. But what do you think on the ground action has to be taken to reset what democracy is in India? Because that is the most important thing at the moment.
So one way of looking at it, as you were speaking, I was thinking about it. And people don't quite understand the scale of India and its democracy. So how would you react if democracy suddenly disappeared in Europe? Right? You'd be shocked and you'd be like, oh my God, that's a massive blow to democracy. Well, how would you react if something, a structure 3.5 times Europe suddenly went non-democratic? Right? That's happened already. That's not something that is going to happen in the future. That's already happened. But there's no reaction. And if we're talking about Europe, that's the thing that shocks me. There's no reaction, right? And of course, there are reasons for there not being a reaction. There is sort of trade and there's money and stuff like that. But Indian democracy is a public good. And if you're looking at the democratic structure, it is the single most important public good. The largest, it's 3 or 4 times the size of the United States in terms of numbers. Same with regards to Europe. So the surprising thing is that the so-called defenders of democracy, which are the United States, European countries, seem to just be oblivious that a huge chunk of the democratic model has come undone, right? Which is a real problem. With regards to, and frankly, the opposition is fighting that battle, right? And it's not just an Indian battle. It's actually a much more important battle because
this is not the first time Rahul Gandhi wanted foreign intervention. In 2021, he asked former U.S. ambassador to India, current Chinese ambassador, Nicholas Burns, why U.S. is not taking any action against India.
But may I make a comment?
Please. You get
I don't hear anything from the U.S. establishment about what is happening in India. If you're saying partnership of democracies, I mean, what's your view on what's going on here? I mean, so I fundamentally believe that America is a profound idea. The idea of freedom, the way it's encapsulated in your constitution, is a very powerful idea. But you got to defend that idea. And that's the real question.
Rahul, thank you. In 2 weeks, we'll have Shiv Shankar Menon with us talking about that question and other questions of Indian foreign policy. Let's agree we'll have another.
Nicholas Burns was uncomfortable with his question and closes the conversation, but he also says that they are meeting other people in 2 weeks and will discuss the issue. So there is a continuing dialogue between Rahul Gandhi and US regarding regime change.
All Indians know the story of Jai Chand, who supported Mughals in their fight against King Prithvi Raj. What action does he want? No journalist ever asks him. Does he want a regime change operation and install him as vassal PM? Does he want them to colonize India back? Is he committing a crime as an elected official of India?
From saying that India is not a nation but a union of states, to saying that there is no longer a danger that there is not going to be democracy in India. Already India is not a democracy. Every institution has been taken over. To saying why are the defenders of democracy not intervening? How do you read the pattern of Rahul Gandhi's statements that are coming in?
Look, what we see is increasing desperation. increasing irrelevance. He wants to achieve through external means what he can't achieve through internal means. He has fought 2 elections. He's lost 50 out of the last 54 elections that he has contested or the Congress has contested under his leadership. He can't admit he's a failure, a chronic pathological failure. So he needs some external diversion to get this entire thing going. Now, I would like to disagree with the panel on one thing, which is that every Indian is free to criticize India. There's no rule to say, do it in India, but don't do it abroad. If you want to do it abroad, that is fine. The issue happens when he asks the US and the West to intervene.
Yes.
He has violated his oath to be made a member of parliament. Let me read the oath out to you. This is the 3rd schedule, part B. I, .. having been elected a member of the Council of State or the House of People, do solemnly affirm that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as established by law, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge this duty upon which I am about to enter. He has violated his oath of parliament. Okay, he has fundamentally violated that oath. Now, what is sovereignty? Sovereignty is the absolute right of the Indian people to decide what they want without foreign interference. He has literally asked for foreign interference, and that comes under treason. And let me read, since the Congress spokesperson was quoting, I quoted the 3rd schedule of the Constitution. Let me quote section 121. Because what do the West and America do? You've seen what they've done in Libya. You saw what they did in Kosovo. You've seen what they've done in Syria. You've seen what they did in Iraq. These were all political interventions. So let's not pretend that he wants some non-violent intervention. He wants a regime change operation because that is the record of the West in how they intervene.
Yes.
Section 121 of the Constitution, waging or attempt to wage war or abetting or the waging of war against the government of India. Whoever wages war against the government of India or attempts to wage such war or abets the waging of such war shall be punished with death or imprisonment for life and shall also be liable to a fine.
Okay.
Now, we have found that he's already violated his parliamentary oath. Has he violated section 121? This is up to interpretation. I will leave that to the audience to decide. But he has crossed a red line today. We have never, not even in the worst period of time, as one of the interlocutors in that interview session he had pointed out, who claimed he was a well-wisher and wanted Rahul to become prime minister, reminded him of what his own grandmother Indira Gandhi said, that I will not talk ill of India abroad.
Yeah.
And here you have the grandson talking ill of India abroad is just fine. I do believe that comes under the right to freedom of speech.
Yes.
But to ask for external intervention, this fellow's done a Mir Jafar times 10.
Okay. Let Arshpreet respond. This is exactly what I was asking him to begin with. Arshpreet, please respond.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Kindly allow me an uninterrupted minute. First and foremost,